This is tutorial number 92, and it covers how to use the Compass Translate Assembly feature within CATIA v5. To start off, open up the engine step file, which is included on the DVD. Now, once you've done that, the last tutorial, what we covered was using the compass to move a single component or feature. And what we're going to do in this tutorial is I'm going to show you how to move around your assembly using the compass. So let's say I want to move the assembly from this face here. So let's just drag it onto there. Now, with an assembly, it's different how you have to go about it rather than the individual part. With the part, what we did is we tried to include all the features and just move it around. With the assembly, you have the option to move a single part, multiple parts, or the entire assembly altogether. And from that, you have to choose like a hierarchy. So if you look in the tree right here, the highest thing is the engine. So say we want to move one of these components here. What you do is double click on the engine to select it as your hierarchy, and then you select which components under it you want to move. So what we're going to do, let's double click on the compass. We're going to double click on the engine, and let's say that we just want to move the engine block. So we're just going to select the block, and then let's move it in the W direction. And you can see that just the block is moving, as that's just what we selected. Now we can move it up, down, however we want. Now let's say we want to move the entire assembly. Then we're going to have to press Control and highlight every single part underneath the hierarchy. So the engine being the hierarchy. Now when we go to move it, everything's moving together. So when you're going to move parts within CATIA using the compass, you're going to have to know the hierarchy. You're going to have to select the highest level of your assembly and then go below it and slowly pick what you're moving from there. Now within here there's another assembly, the alternator here. So if I open it up and say we double click on that, so now we've selected this as our hierarchy. Now let's say I only want to move one part. We'll select the one part and we'll move the other part away from it. And you can see that only one part is moving. Now if I select the other part also, now you can see that both of them are moving. So again, with this hierarchy system, you have to choose the highest part of your assembly or parts where you want to move. So if I want to move the entire engine, I'd need to click there. If I want to just focus in on this little bit here, I'd click on the assembly there. So with this, again, everything applies the same as the part. You're able to use the increments in here, or you can just click and drag, and you can use a face or an edge to translate and move your part along. So again, you're just going to have to know, and there's no way to really explain it until you actually go out and do it. You're going to have to really play around with each of your assemblies to really figure out the hierarchy system. It's something that you really need to practice at. So as you practice with this hierarchy system and moving your parts around, you're going to figure out where you have to click, what you have to highlight to move around and to get the results you want. And that concludes our tutorial on how to use the Compass Translation Assembly feature within CATIA v5.